Okay, guys, we're live again, and we're going to have some guests in a few minutes. Thank you for joining me. Live stream number 17 or 18. I have Shira, Lazar coming, and Graylyn Swilley Woods coming. Shira is a Canadian broadcast star, actress, writer. Graylyn is a community activist and a community promoter, and helped run a bunch of great things in the city of Miami. And they're going to be joining me soon. Hopefully everybody can see me. Yes, Otar's here. So I'm going to start today doing live domain name training and add guests as we move along. So just give me 1 second here. If you guys have any great .com domains, please add them to the little dashboard here. Don't add crappy ones. If you add good ones, I'll praise them, but I have my own list as well that I'll work from. Just give me 1 second to pull it up. One more sec here. See, the first domain I have here is mindfulmovies.com. So let's see if that one has any value. I'm going to share my screen and I'll let you guys look at Google. Okay, so we're going to try mindful movies. Again, Google is going to make it as hard as possible for us to use their algorithm because they're a monopoly and they really just want me to see ads all day. So they're going to make me drive through here. So in any event, the first thing we need to do is spell it correctly. They helped me fix that, which is appreciated. And then the issue is, what does it mean? Disambiguate it. What in the world does mindful movies mean to society and to the economy? The next thing is we're going to look at the breadth, and the next thing we're going to look at the depth, and that's going to help us come up with an appraisal. Usually I have a bunch more tools on the background, but since we're doing a cursory evaluation here online, we're going to just use Google. It's the only tool that all of us have in common to use. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to add Shira in 1 minute after that. Then I'm going to add Graylyn after that, and then we're going to do more live domain training. You can read about Shira and Graylyn on my wall in various places. I recommend you do because they're both super exciting, smart, interesting guests like I always have. So I'm extremely excited about that. I'm not so excited about appraising this domain, but I'm going to do it anyway quickly. So in any event, what does it mean? It means people like these mindful movies for smart people, I guess. Let's see if it has any logos, slogans, banners, sides of any trucks. Doesn't look that exciting. There's a lot of mindful movies, but it's actually not a brand name for anything. We kind of know what it means now. So the question is, what is the breadth of it first? You know, it has a few things going on here, some likes, but it's just not a critical name. Nobody's heard that expression before in general. There's a lot of other ways of saying it, but if we had more time and more tools, we could research more deeply. However, we do see a lot of good quality links here, and you know, you see it's in uppercase here. Oh, capital letters means that, you know, it has more meaning than just in the middle of a sentence. It means it could be a brand name. So that's the breadth. The depth is, it's pretty cool. Breadth, depth, mindfulmovies.com. It's worth about $5,000. We'll do some more domain appraisals later. We're going to add Shira in 1 sec. And we're going to dump the domain stuff and add Shira. Just make sure I know what I'm doing. There we go. Hi, Shira.
Hi, how are you?
I'm awesome. How are you today?
Good, just getting the day going.
I hear you. What time
8
zone
a.m.
are you in?
Pacific. I'm just in LA.
Oh, so you're early in the morning there. I wasn't sure if you were in Canada or you're sort of a global person. So.
Oh yeah, I appreciate that. No, I'm in Los Angeles, California. I'm from Canada.
I've lived in LA and California a lot. I've lived in Santa Monica a few times. I lived in Santa Barbara a long time. I sort of traveled around up north when I was a teenager a lot.
Where are you now?
I'm actually in Boca Raton, Florida.
Yeah, okay, Boca.
Kind of living the
retirement life.
Yeah, 12 hours a day, 7 days a week working, but the other 12 hours I'm retired.
Exactly. It's all about your frame of mind.
Well, you just don't, if you don't sleep, you get 12 hours of work and 12 hours of retirement.
Oh my God, you need sleep. I love sleep.
I love the theory. But
do you not sleep?
No, I do sleep, but I don't sleep as much as normal people.
Wait, what? So now I'm interested. How many hours do you sleep?
3 if I'm fortunate.
Is it because you're an insomniac or you choose that?
I don't know. I've always kind of been like this. I just keep getting worse and worse.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well,
I think it's, I don't know.
Sleep is important to repair your mind, your brain, your spirit. It's the high, who said this? It's the highest form of meditation.
Well,
someone said that.
I'm going to have you teach me how to relax better ASAP. Seems like you know what you're doing. You look pretty LA chill.
Well, I just woke up. Well, anyway. Yeah.
I thought you were right out of the spa with your like trendy LA do.
I mean, this is the curly hair do, so that's what you get.
Well,
I was born like this. I woke up like this, and I was born like this. Yeah.
Well, if I let my hair go, it would be kind of scary. So we might have a little bit of the same ethnicity going in our genetics in our hair.
Do you have hair?
No, I don't have hair, but if I did, it would probably be a lot like yours without the same, except for gray. But
hey, yeah, there's no gray hair at all. So wait, so tell me more. Like this show is, I saw you were talking about some conscious stuff, but domains, which is a very interesting thing.
Well, we're going to talk about that in a minute, but unfortunately, I'm going to put you through the same ringer as the other guests.
Okay.
Which is that you don't have to, but if you'd like to, you can tell me about your family background, where you're from, what you used to do before this, and now what you do currently. Or whatever you want. You don't have to stick to the
I mean, yeah. Well, I'm from Canada, Montreal. Oh, wow.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And I've been doing broadcasting in different ways since I came to LA in 2004. I went to Emerson College in Boston. And when I started out, digital wasn't around. So I was trying to get gigs on like E and MTV. And when that didn't seem possible, I started meeting some folks in the digital realm, which was new at the time. And I started working at a site called Wire Image. They were just launching their video, and I started interviewing celebrities on the red carpet. And then as I was on that part of the carpet where it was like none of the TV people were, it was all the digital people, we all just started meeting each other. And then I just started getting hired for all their videos and hosting their videos and interviewing people, and became kind of like a go-to for the digital space as it relates to entertainment news and red carpet and celebrity press junkets. And then that kind of led me to like for a while in what seems like a previous life, I was like a talking head doing entertainment news on like a lot of news networks, from CNN to Fox News. Before it was the Fox News, it feels like it is right now. I mean, it was that, but it wasn't as like, we never talked about really like the president or like, it was very strange, even though it was there. Does that make sense? It was definitely more entertainment. The world was not where it was, or it is now. And yeah. So, and from there, I kind of realized that it wasn't really my passion to talk about other people's lives. And I went back to digital and started, continuing to interview people. But I was doing a lot of interviews with my phone and kind of going to like places where where tech was intersecting with pop culture. And so as I was doing that, I started working with Nokia at the time, who had this phone where you could upload right to the internet. I mean, this is like YouTube was around, but it wasn't pre-iPhone, live streaming, all that. And so I ended up starting to do that professionally and I pitched it to CBS News, and I started doing vlogging and blogging on cbsnews.com and interviewing everyone with my phone. I didn't need a shooter. I didn't need an editor. I was doing it all on my own. And that's where What's Trending, my company, came from, where I was doing it as a vlog, and I saw the interest. People were really fascinated by viral stars and social culture. But sites like Mashable were covering it, but no one was actually interviewing these people. Like even the talk shows at the time, they would maybe get them on their show a month later. And so I was like, wow, I could get these scoops. I could get these exclusives. So I started interviewing them over Skype and getting the exclusive, you could say. And that became a bit of a niche. And then as What's Trending started, we became kind of like the go-to place for editorializing and spotlighting social media stars and giving you context, telling you why they're hot, why you should follow them, why you should care. And from 2011 through, I guess, I mean, I still have the company, but till now, we continue growing it and went from a live streaming show to daily live streaming show to short form content to being more of a publisher and a digital media brand. And now you can find us, everywhere from obviously our social and our site, whatstrending.com, to gas stations and movie theaters and airports. And so, yeah, we grew that. And then on a personal level, as my own passions and interests started to change, I was starting to really navigate my own personal growth and I guess different modalities as it relates to spirituality and mindfulness. I then, navigated, I guess, starting new projects. And that's when over quarantine, I launched Peace Inside Live, which is a platform and community for mindfulness, meditation, and movement.
What's it called, hon?
Peaceinside.live. So we just actually had—
Wait a second, .live?
Peaceinside.live, because we were doing Zoom live.
Who is .com?
I don't know.
Oh my goodness, we're gonna have to work on that part. But the rest of it,
you can help me.
awesome.
Your domainmarket.com.
I'm the com guy.
Yeah, let's do it.
That's why I'm teasing you. I'm just kidding. It sounds really cool. Actually, .live actually sounds better than all the other extensions that people use.
I mean, listen, we launched it really quickly, and also on social media, Peace Inside Live was available everywhere. So it kind of all connected.
No, it's actually really cool.
Yeah.
I was just teasing, but as far as the new GTLD extensions go, .live could be the best one because it has a really like current meaning to everybody's going live. So like, .web is like whatever, but .live really means something at the moment. Live streaming, what we're doing right now. So
yeah, and it's part of it.
Live.
Exactly, and it's part of what we do because we offer these live virtual experiences. So throughout most of the year, and we just kind of put these on hold, we were offering live daily classes with facilitators from around the world. We just did this virtual retreat this weekend. We'll probably be doing quarterly virtual retreats, so 4 virtual retreats per year, master classes with facilitators, and we'll be partnering with another company where they're offering the daily live classes. And so we're going to be offering those through them to our community. And so, yeah, it's really kind of now, integrating the things I love into the work I do and kind of offering up these tools that I'm passionate about and that help me and that I'm curious about to others. And then I also have a radio.
Cool. You also what?
Oh my God, my hair is crazy.
Your hair is awesome.
I also have a radio show. I host an afternoon drive radio show on radio.com. And it's called Channel Q. It's available.
Post all this on my social media so people can, because if you want them to click
exactly.
on it.
If you go to my @Shira Lazar everywhere on Instagram and Twitter, you'll get links to all these things. But
that makes sense. Well, I want to go back for 1 second and then I'm going to have you continue. But the funny thing is, I followed you for a while online. Very impressive. I didn't get a chance to talk to you yet. So this was a great opportunity and I appreciate that. But the funny thing is, a couple of weeks ago, I was pumping my gas, I think at the Shell station.
Yeah.
Minding my own business. And sure enough, up on the television on my gas pump, Shira Lazar. I'm like, what the hell? So you had the whole, I don't even remember what you were selling, but it was just so funny that I saw you there on the gas station pump. So I had to contact you ASAP.
Oh, that's awesome. You see, I love that people bump into our brand serendipitously everywhere.
That's awesome. So tell me again what the hottest stuff is that you're working on for 2021. Like, let's pretend we're going back to normal world here and everybody gets a chance to forget about 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the big money? Where's the big following? What's hot and trendy?
Well, for me, I'm continuing to focus on growing what's trending. We're just trying to be in more places, strategic partnerships with bigger platforms and brands. And we're launching a LGBTQ plus series around what's trending. So weekly series with this company called Reverie. Mm-hmm. So that's going to be great. So continuing to have that grow without it feeling like a ton of stress where I'm going against the tide. And so it's like putting my intention out there and goals out there, but it's not like I'm like dying and underwater. Where there's an equal energy exchange. For the work. And then Peace Inside Live, we're really looking to grow into, bringing mindfulness and meditation to corporate. So corporate wellness is going to be really big, working with big brands to bring those tools virtually to their teams and employees.
So let's stop on that for a moment. What if I had a company with 100 employees that were a disaster? How would you benefit them?
Well, we have different packages that we offer teams that, and it depends, like everything from meditation and mindfulness to one-on-one coaching sessions, to work with a doctor we work with around inclusion and mediation around, different types of communities in the company. And it depends like how messed up your company is. We usually sit down with the owner and we really like look into what's going on and we create something custom that would make sense. So I can't tell you like, yeah, we'd go in and do all this stuff, but typically it involves like creating some sort of custom structure around offering certain intimate one-on-one classes with like a facilitator and the team to the teams. And then some usually coaching with the executives and the leadership.
Well, what's interesting is the more I listen to you and I'm like putting it together in my head is like, you're sort of a beginning innovator because you were explaining how before YouTube, you were helping the big phone company, upload user videos into their system. I forgot the exact detail. You tap into something where, when I was kind of figuring out like, oh, is this such a diversion from what I've done? And there was a bit of an identity crisis, but also I was like, this feels good. And this feels like who I want to be and what I love.
I think for me, I also saw this. And as I'm talking to more people about this, they're like, well, you saw what was trending and it was like the digital culture movement. And so partially, like if you're tapped into emerging movements, like the wellness and mindful movement, it is like, I mean, it's already being mainstreamed, but it's going to be kind of elevated to the next level within popular culture, within corporate culture, within our daily lives. And so tapping into that and how, that's going to be the next DIY movement in many ways to disrupt the system.
Yeah, you've just really done a good job keeping up with the technology you seem way too young to know so much, actually, but if you're talking about back to the cell phones and then till today, you know more than I do, which of course I don't necessarily keep up with the times, but I do own, SEO.com, which does a lot of social media, and it overlaps a little with what you do, but I actually don't work there on a day-to-day basis. And everybody has sort of their own subspecialties, but it just sounds like, you've ridden the wave from the very nascent, cell phone technology, and now you're in the coolest, like sort of social media and more viral type stuff and video, etc., live streaming. Can I just ask you, with respect to the followers, how do you count the followers? Is there a method to monetize followers?
Yeah, it depends on your brand and what your focus is. So, I mean, but I would say it's not easy. It's challenging. What's trending always had different ways of monetizing. We obviously were part of the YouTube partner program, so we were monetizing there, but like even that sometimes isn't a ton of money to scale. It's why a lot of these companies are going under because it doesn't add up. You put in the money you invest doesn't really add up to monetizing the brand necessarily. So, through the advertisers there, through integrations, through brand sponsorships, through the site, through licensing, distribution, I mean, all of that, adds up.
So like if there's YouTube, you get paid by, I guess, the number of impressions, but like for example, again, if I don't have a huge following as much as you do. I have a pretty good following, but it's a different type of following. It's very
and
businessy.
Yeah, I would take advantage of that. So I think that's where you might not be able to monetize as well on these platforms in terms of them monetizing you. But when you have a niche following, I think that by getting brands on board who want to connect with your audience, it's not necessarily always about quantity. It's about the quality, and like it's getting very specific. And actually that works for you, right? When you're more specific about your audience and you know exactly who you are, you can sell that sometimes more easily to a brand, and they value that.
I mean, I really need you as a consultant, basically. So we're going to talk again later.
Okay.
You can also come back on the live stream when you have whatever else you want to talk about as well.
Appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you.
A lot of stuff. I'm really happy and blessed. I always get the best guests, and they're always even, I never know what to expect. It always turns out awesome, and you had a lot of great information. I really appreciate you. I'm going to move to my next segment, unless if you have anything else to say, you're welcome to.
I got to get you to help me with I have a bunch of URLs that I'm trying to get rid of.
We're going to talk about that too.
Yes, love it.
You don't say get rid of, because that devalues them.
Well, get rid of.
You have a bunch of great domain names that you're selling in a boom.
Exactly. No, I do. I actually do have some good domain names.
I believe it.
Yes, we should connect.
You should have some if you've been collecting them for however many years you've been doing the other stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you again soon.
Yes.
Take care. Bye-bye. Cool. We're going to do some more domain appraisals, and then Graylyn will be on next. So let me get back to my little domain appraisal. Well, I guess you guys have some domains on here, so let's see if you gave me any good ones that are worth doing here. Thank you, Jay. You guys didn't give me very many. Okay, here's a good one. Ryder has one. Cost calculator. Let me figure out how to share my screen again. Shira was awesome. I always get to convince people to get on my live stream, and they always do a great job. Okay, Chrome tab. Okay, we're going back into Google here. You have to use Boolean, in this case, quotation marks, even though it doesn't work very well in Google because Google's a monopoly and doesn't want me to have a nice interface. Cost calculator, we're going to do the domain appraisal. First, we need to know what it means. You're also seeing these little pull downs. It gives you an indication of what it means and how broad of an expression it is, whether it's a commercial expression. We can see cost calculator, AWS. AWS is Amazon Web Services. We know that Amazon is one of the biggest companies in the world. So to the extent that's a brand as opposed to just an expression, it could have value, but I doubt it. Doesn't look very impressive, but again, the first thing we're doing is disambiguating it. What does it mean? And then we're going to look at the breadth and the depth. So in this case, I'm just scanning this little pull down thing because it's interesting. Cost calculator for college, for building a deck, cost calculator for a car to build a house. Well, that could be valuable. You could, if somebody had a good app for that. Cost calculator for WordPress. WordPress is a huge company. So we don't exactly know what it means, but we're getting into it. I mean, we have a vague idea. It's not a very explicit expression. It's just, how did that happen? This is the last one. I'm going in circles here. Sorry about that. I don't even know where it went. It's a cost calculator. There's an app, looks pretty cool. And that's where the money is. Here's the WordPress app, cost calculator. Okay, so again, we're looking for, we know what it means. It's an app, is the bottom line. It doesn't mean anything else, but it's a lot of apps. So this is another case of a good domain investment where it doesn't sound like anything. You can buy it for really cheap, and it turns out that it does mean something to society and to the economy. So the breadth is that there's a bunch of people that use apps called cost calculators, and some of these people have a ton of money. That would be the depth. The breadth is pretty good, and the depth is very good. So there you go. It started being worth nothing, and all of a sudden it's worth something. WordPress uses something. I mean, I could dig deeper and see how much meaning it has, but again, we're trying to do these things quickly here, which isn't the way I usually do it. But in this case, we're going to go with a price. Costcalculator.com. Also see it's alliteration, C and C, cost calculator makes it alliteration. So it's a great name. It's alliteration, WordPress, and a bunch of other people use it. It has some breadth. It has a lot of depth because it's meaningful. It's easy to spell. It's being used by large companies. That's something I didn't realize until I did the research, which is why you have to do research if you want to do domain appraisals. If you use an app, that'll never work. You're getting a false sense of pricing, security. And if you don't do your research, that won't work either. It's hard for me to do it, and I'm really good at it. So that means you have to try even harder than I have to. So in this case, it's worth $30,000. And WordPress better pay up. Cool. Let's see what's next here. Sorry about that. I'm just looking at my little list here. Okay, I got a pretty cool name here. Churchfocus.com. And first of all, churches are charities, so they don't spend a lot of money on domains. Plus, they probably need a .org and not a .com. Doesn't necessarily mean the church is the buyer of this. I mean, it could be a commercial publication or something. So what does it mean? It means whatever you want it to mean, really, with respect to churches, church publications, church branding. And we see that people are using it in commerce, church focus here. Again, if we had more time, we'd read each of these things and study them to try to get a better appreciation for what we're dealing with. But in any event, church focus, it means whatever it means to you and whatever it means online. It's not a huge brand name. We don't see trademarks, slogans. We do see the name of some charitable entities, churches. Looks like this particular logo is the best one. So with respect to the breadth, it's got a decent breadth, but not a ton. Also, again, the church isn't going to pay much, and they're going to use .org. So that's a problem. Even if it's a great, great domain, doesn't mean anybody's going to buy it from you. And that's, I think, an important point about domain appraising in general is that I'm not telling you the intrinsic long-term value of this domain. I'm telling you a current tradable value, a fair current price based on the market space. And most people won't pay a fair price, so usually you have to discount beyond that. But regardless, my job is to come up with a fair price. If I price things too high, they never sell. If I price them too low, people lose money. So my job is to come up with a fair price every single time. So I'm just trying to come up with a price here while I talk at the same time. Multitasking, no fun. But the answer is this is worth $10,000. So there you have it. Boom. Great. We're going to do a couple more and see what else is up here. You guys have to stop putting ones I don't like on here, though. Okay, so the next one on this particular list is self-drive sedan. This brings me up one of my favorite subjects, self-driving vehicles. Companies investing billions of dollars, investors following that money. Jeez. And it's all a fraud. These cars are going to be in the testing environment for the rest of your life. They're never going on Route 95 unless Route 95 is retrofitted, which would take 10 or 20 years once they start. So the answer is self-driving cars and sedans is a complete scam. Presumably the people that are promoting it know it's a scam and they know it's never going to go on any roads. I don't see anybody actually intending on putting it on real roads other than as a test purpose. So the whole thing is an absurd scam. People are losing billions of dollars chasing it, although you could also get out of the stocks at the same time. But in any event, I'm just worried about the domain at the moment. So we know what it means. The word sedan, it could be self-driving car, vehicle, auto, sedan singular. There's 1,000 other ways of saying it. And there really aren't very many results in Google. So although somebody might think it's cool, it isn't that cool. We know what it means. The breadth is not very broad just because there's too many other ways of saying it, and the word sedan isn't the most popular of them. But it does have meaning, and there is this little economy of BS surrounding it. So it's worth $1,000 being generous. Breadth is, there aren't very many people selling that exact expression, using that word, and the ones that aren't going to pay any money for it. So I'll do a couple more and give you guys a break. I have two good ones right here. So thank you, Michael and Michael. Michael Masur and Mike Jameson both have good domains for me on the list. Praise those bad boys and move on. So grassman.com, that probably relates to the marijuana industry, which is, with the liberals in office, is booming. Although, again, it's a fraudulent presumption in the sense that it's against federal law, all the things that are happening until they change the federal law. But in any event, oh, cool. I forgot that worked. I should have done that before. Awesome. That looks pretty cool. Okay, so anyway, let me get back into this. I think I'm still sharing my screen. Grassman. That's a good name. Even if it weren't for the marijuana industry, you can see there's a Bigfoot named Grassman. Bigfoot looking dude. Looks kind of cool. This lady. Oh, that's her name. I thought it was because of her hairdo. Goodness Christ. This guy, the Grassman, again, any lawn mowing guy. So let's just review. What does it mean? It means a variety of things. Could be marijuana, could be, this monster dude. But the best use of it is for, landscaping companies that make a fortune just in Boca, plus thousands and thousands of other neighborhoods. So the answer is it's best used for a landscaping company. It's a great, great name because it's so easy to say and spell and remember. There is no plural. Well, I guess the plural is grassmen, which is pretty cool, but there is no grassmans. So you would actually have to make a leap to do grassmen. So grassman is very strong. Grassmen is also very strong. Easy to say, easy to spell. We know basically what it means. The breadth is it could be used for an incredible variety of business uses. And the depth is somebody should pay a lot of money for it. So this is, oh, cool. Bigfoot is Grassman. What do you know about that? And this guy's the Grassman. Kenmore Grassman, orange eyes, is a tall bipedal hominid. Huh. It's like some of my relatives. Very cool. So we're going to appraise it at this very moment. Thank you for giving me a good domain to appraise. This thing is extremely valuable, $75,000. And these are the kind, I try to buy for like $1,000 and I'll hold them for 20 years if I have to, until somebody pays me a fair price. I'd list it at $75,000 and sell it for $35,000 and blog about it without telling you my expenses other than the cost of the domain. Okay, so back to business here. We're going to do one or two more and give you guys a little break for the day. Oh. I guess Graylyn's going to do another time. We got a little confused on the calendar there. I'm going to see what else is on my list. Playcoin. Oh, summer places I was going to do for Mike Jameson. Well, that's a really good name. So, we know what it means. It's like a summer vacation thing, really. So, awesome name, easy to say and spell. There's a variety of ways of describing a vacation home, obviously, but that's a really good one. And the vacation industry is very prominent. The travel industry, obviously. So we kind of know what it means. We're going to do a little Google deal here. Yeah, it has a lot of activity, 226,000 results. Check out the images. Oh, they all look pretty killer. Not a bad deal. Oh, look at that place. This is the best part of the job because I have to do this stuff all day. So if they're bad images, it's kind of boring. So usually I just do this all day and just check out cool pictures. back to the issue at hand. Summer places. Okay, so we know what it means. The breadth is any vacation travel company, any Airbnb, which there are millions of, could use that. The depth is, it's not very deep because there's too many other ways of saying it, but it does have a great amount of breadth due to its nature in the travel industry. So where we're at is summerplaces.com, tiny bit long, but it's still easy to spell. We'll just say it's worth 5,000. Could be worth a little more than that. You know, again, I usually do more research than this. So you guys have been awesome. I appreciate it. I'm going to have Graylyn come on next time. And everybody have a blissful day. And I'll probably see you before the holidays. But if not, I'll be a year older. And talk to you all soon. Thank you so much.